Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Introducing myself, my name is Muhammad Adi Putra. You can call me Amar. Now today, I will explain the title of the rise and fall of business, and what was that, and what is that. Failure is part of the natural cycle of business. Companies are born, companies die, capitalism moves forward. Ordinarily, we tend to think of business as simply money-making enterprises, but that can be very misleading in at least two ways. First of all, about 1/3 of all new business fail to survive for 2 years, and more than half fail to survive for 4 years. So obviously, many businesses are losing money. Nor is it only new business that lose money. Business that have taste for generations, sometimes more than a century, have eventually been forced by red ink on the bottom line to close down. More important from the standpoint of economics is not what money the business owner hopes to make or whether that hope is fulfilled. Next is adjusting to change. The business we hear about in the media and elsewhere are usually those which have succeeded, and especially those which have succeeded on a grand scale. Microsoft, Toyota, Sony, Lloyds of London, Credit Suisse. In an earlier era, Americans would have heard about the A&P grocery chain, once the largest retail chain in any field, anywhere in the world. Its 1,500 stores in 1929 were more than that of any other retailer in America. The fact that A&P has now shrunk to a minute fraction of its former size and is virtually unknown suggests that industry and commerce are not static things, but dynamic process in which particular products, individual companies, and whole industry rise and fall as a result of relentless competition under ever-changing conditions. Just as companies rise and fall over time, so do profit rates even more quickly. When the Wall Street Journal reported the profits of Sun Microsystems at the beginning of 2007, it noted the company profits what was its first since mid-2005 when compact discs began rapidly replacing vinyl records back in the late 1918s. Japanese manufacturer of CD players thrived according to the Far Eastern Economic Review, but within a few years, CD players only offered manufacturers rather thin margins. The next is economic change. Economic change include not only change in the economy but also change within the management of firms, especially in their responses to external economic change. Many things that we take for granted today as features of a modern economy were resistant when first proposed and had to fight uphill to establish themselves by the power of the marketplace. Even something as widely used today as bank credit cards were initially resisted when Bank America and MasterCard, or later MasterCard, first appeared in the 1916s. Leading New York department stores such as Macy's and Bloomingdale's said that they had no intention of accepting bank credit cards as payment for purchase in their stores, even though there were already millions of people with such cards in the New York metropolitan area. Some individual executives are very successful during one era in the country's evolution, or during one period their own lives, and very ineffective at a later time. Sewell Avery, for example, was for many years during the 20th century a highly successful and widely prized leader of U.S. Gibson and later of Montgomery Ward, yet his last years were marked by public criticism and controversy over the way he ran Montgomery Ward, and by the bitter fight for control of a company that he was regarded as mismanaging. When Avery resigned as chief executive officer, the value of Montgomery Ward's stock rose immediately. Under his leadership, Montgomery Ward had put aside so many millions of dollars as a caution against an economic downturn that Fortune magazine called it a bank with a store fund. Change in business leadership. Perhaps the most overlooked fact about industry and commerce is that they are run by people who differ greatly from one another in insight, foresight, leadership, organizational ability, and dedication, just as people do in every other walk of life. Therefore, the companies they lead likewise differ in the efficiency with which they perform their work. Moreover, this difference changes over time. The automobile industry is just one example. According to Forbes Business magazine in 2003, other automarks can come close to Toyota on how much it costs to build cars, and this shows up on the bottom line. Toyota earned $118 for every vehicle sold. GM made $300 and Ford lost $204 for support. Toyota makes net profit far bigger than the combined total for Detroit's Big Three, according to the Economics magazine in 2005. Okay, that's all from me for explanation of the rise and fall of the business. I hope you all understand what I say, and that's all. Thank you. Bye.